Hello everyone. The clip you're about to hear is from one of our exclusive Patreon episodes, and if you'd like to hear the full episode, just head on over to patreon.com/horrorqueers and subscribe today. Without further ado, here is your exclusive Patreon clip. By make it or break it, I mean, in case that's not clear what that means. It's just an ending that, it could be a bad movie where the ending totally saves it for you, or a meh movie where the ending totally saves it for you. It could be a really good movie up until the ending and it just totally ruins it for you, or, something in between.
Yeah, it's where the ending really shifts the way that you either like or dislike the film.
Pretty much, yes. So I started with the categories. I was like, okay, how about good twist, bad twist? But then within that, I was like, well, there's so many different types of twists. And the one that I was like, okay, this might be the kind of like the hot button one is it's all in the character's head.
Yes, because you and I have definitely talked about this in both good and bad ways. And I feel like I've read a bunch of books that use this as a method, and I find it extremely unsatisfying in book form. But I find in films, it's a little bit context dependent.
It is context dependent. It also depends on how they are showing these things, right? So, like, a big example I have is the movie Identity, right? Oh, I guess, sorry, y'all, spoiler alert for a lot of things. We will put the names of films we are spoiling in the show notes.
Right, yes.
But, like, Identity is one where, you think you're watching a slasher movie. It's a murder mystery. But, oops, it's actually all in some unseen character's head because they're all different personalities that he has because he has DID, right?
Yes, except you do see that character. It's just that you constantly kind of forget about that storyline because you're so taken with what's happening at the motel.
Which, that one sucks for me, though, because I knew the ending before I saw it. So, like, I was like, well, this is really obvious. It's clearly this guy.
I love Identity. I think that's a great example of this. I know a bunch of people who think that movie is really stupid because of the twist, but I personally think that if you go back and rewatch it, the twist is very obvious, but if you don't know to look for it, you just think it's a different kind of side story. So I think Identity, well, it's not like the best movie ever made. I have a fondness for it.
Oh yeah, that's like a solid B minus movie for me, where I'm like, and I actually think it plays better on rewatches when you already know the twist anyway. But like, I mean, I won't go more in depth into High Tension, but that's a movie where it doesn't work for me because and like that in My Bloody Valentine 3D, where the movie shows us things that don't actually happen. And so to me, that's a presentation of this twist where it's a bit of a cheat for me. So the endings of those movies kind of ruin it.
Right. Yeah. And reminder, folks, we have guested on an episode of our sister podcast, The Nightlife, on High Tension, and we have our own audio commentary on My Bloody Valentine 3D. So you can hear us talk about that at length.
Yes, but then, there's something like The Descent, the UK ending of the film, where we think our final girl's got it out, she makes it to the car, ghost jump scare, and then we rewind, oops, she's back in the cave. It's such a small part of the film that I actually don't mind it, and also because I think the end result of that film is much better than the shorter Americanized version of that film.
Absolutely. Yes, and of course we also have an episode on that. But for me, that actually makes the film that much stronger because I think it really solidifies the thesis, which is like, this shit is grim. And like when you watch that US ending, it doesn't make sense because you're just like, it's so happy and optimistic. Like, this is unlike anything else that has come before it.
Atlas Avenue, a long stretch of road that encompasses everything the city of Kennett Heights has to offer. Neon lights, traffic, crime, the hustle and bustle of everyday life, and the craziest of characters. My office was above it all. My name is James Locke, and I'm a PI.
Hello, Mr. J. How the hell you doing today?
Good, Edith. Nearly every year I have a new case. New people to meet, new clues to discover, and new problems to solve. But I do it the old-fashioned way. No technology. Nothing post-1950. Hell, I don't even listen to podcasts, but you should. Atlas Avenue Beat is a spoof of the film noir genre with goofy characters, tons of wordplay, and non-stop raunchy humor. There's also 3 whole seasons out right now with more on the way. Just search for Atlas Avenue Beat wherever you listen to podcasts or visit us online at bloody.fm.